I'm personally an introvert, and I'd like to, I guess, extrapolate on some of those reasons. I obviously have more of them in my blog entry. By the way, just to let everyone know, I guess, not everyone, but I know a few people would be asking why my eyes look blue when they're actually brown. It's because my glasses are messed up. Okay, that's probably one reason I can't see as well as everybody else, but that's not the disability I'm obviously most concerned about. And the disability that I'm most concerned about is obviously my cerebral palsy. As I said in my description, you're either a pinch my finger there, but anyways, um, you're either a saint or a liar if you haven't had, how do I put this? If you haven't had thoughts that you shouldn't be having about your disabled friends and whether or not you're going to invite them to a party or something, or your disabled acquaintances. And I say that because in my blog I refer to a weasel named Brian Farrick who actually did not invite me to something because he didn't want to help me accommodate for my disability. And then he tried to make excuses about it and said, well, he said it was because I talked too much about something or whatever, or I'm mean or something like that. It was because of my disability, and he pretty much, when I confronted him, he was pretty much trying to get his way out of saying that it had been a disability, but the initial report was it was because of my disability. And when I caught Brian Farrick in that. And I know that my disability gets in the way a lot for everyone anyway, so that's just part of the reason. And besides, with my disability, it takes me longer to get ready anyway. And given that Michelle and Mom fight a lot, and that it takes Michelle forever to get ready for things, even though she doesn't have a disability, she just procrastinates. You can imagine how long it would take me to get ready, and you got to do all this stuff anyway, like the hair, the makeup, the just getting ready in general. And to me, I just rather not have to deal with the hair or just put it in a ponytail. I'd rather not have to wear makeup, and I just rather, frankly, just, you know, wear casual stuff like this. See? I mean, sometimes I've been a hypocrite and looked like a total slut, but for the most part, I don't want to be wearing all the fancy dresses and all this and looking like a total slut. And even, for example, when we were going to my cousin's graduation party that one time, I looked like a total slut in that dress. And I just don't want to get caught up in all the hair and the makeup and what am I going to do, this, that, this, that, this, that. And so, and also, like I said, the fighting, because how long it takes to get ready, how long it takes to do this, how long it takes to plan, and also, when I go to parties, sometimes I see food there, like I want to say something about, but I damn well know better, and I mean, some of the food has stuff in it that I don't like anyway, but it's like, well, okay, it's better than the alternative to some of the stuff offered. Like, when you see those little crackers at the parties, that some of those crackers are going to have hydrogenated oils, or the dessert is going to have something non-kosher in it, or like an artificial sweetener or something. And when I say non-kosher, it usually won't have that little kosher label, which apparently is supposed to be kosher, but it may not be, and that's a whole nother discussion. But the point is, I want to make sure that the food that I'm eating is really kosher, organic, and doesn't have all that hydrogenates, artificial sweeteners, and stuff and all that. And besides, one time when my sister ate something non-kosher, long story short, it didn't work out well for her. So I'm not being rude when I don't eat the non-kosher stuff. I'm just trying to watch my health, and I don't see why non-kosher stuff is offered in the first place. I mean, especially if we're trying to get healthy as a nation, and that seems to be the trend. You think we'd make our social gatherings more healthy. And also, like, some of the music and noise and getting loud, and it's like, jeez. I mean, you know, you're supposed to, I mean, even though you are at a social gathering, you are supposed to keep the volume down a little bit. And, also, like, some of the music that's at parties, like Slipknot and rap stuff, and some of the recent Toby Keith stuff. Frankly, I just prefer that there be, you know, either no music or just maybe a bunch of oldies stuff that everyone can relate to and that no one has an issue with. And I extrapolate on all the other reasons in my blog, so go ahead and read that and take care and have a good evening.